Greetings, Earthlings!
Welcome to another episode of Urban Nerd Weekly.
Today is Wednesday, January the 22nd.
This is Season 5, Episode 4. Thanks for listening again, guys. Tune in to the digital download, different releases this week.
On today's Nerd News Update, Orlando Brown makes some crazy accusations against Nick Cannon.
Free Britney is trending. Let's talk about that.
Trump is at yet another hearing for his impeachment. God, can we get rid of this motherfucker already?
Australia, wildfires, cats. Find out how these relate.
Tune in,
Nerd out.
on today's episode of Urban Nerd Weekly.
Hey, it's your boy Spaceship, man. I got a new podcast out I want y'all to subscribe to, bro. It's called Urban Nerd Weekly, available on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Google Play Music. My
What's happening, guys? It's your boy Space
And Kitty.
Welcome back to yet another episode of Urban Nerd Weekly. Okay, so just to let y'all know, our camera, we got a studio camera today, and the camera just blinked, like it winked at us. Like, did that not just fucking happen?
That was my demon flirting with you.
Okay. You know what? I've watched enough Supernatural to believe that, and look, if
it needs to get back in line, need to be in check.
Well, then, if you got a demon, why the fuck aren't we getting more plays on this show?
Because my demon can only reach so many people at a time.
God damn.
Come on, man. He works on schedules like Santa Claus.
Even your demon is on a budget? What the fuck, bruh?
Bruh, at times it's hard. Don't fucking judge.
You know what? I feel like that's a sign that Trump done made it hard for even the underworld right now.
Man, what? They working hard trying to get him back.
Like, demon, yeah. Like, get him back, like, revenge, or like he needs to be back down there with them.
He's one of the frogs that escaped. They need to put it back in his pen before the fucking turn the world upside down.
You know what? That would explain why he's fucking orange.
See, my demon agreed. The light went off.
She's like, yeah, like if you guys could figure out a way to get him down here. And I'm gonna be real.
I mean, it is a bounty on Trump's head. I wouldn't be surprised if the demon trying to get
like,
that
real
bounty.
talk, like, I don't like Trump, but nigga, you gotta get a nigga credit. There's 80 mil on this motherfucker's head right now, and he
had
is
to do
just
a lot of shit.
Yeah, that's an accomplishment. He's now officially worth more dead than alive, and that's considered a lot because Trump allegedly has a lot of money.
Man.
But I also heard Trump was a hustler. I heard he don't got the money like he be saying. I heard he be doing like the rappers do. He just act like he got more money.
Get that fake money. Oh.
Yeah.
You remember when a certain person was mad as hell that his fake money got stolen?
Are you talking about Hitman? Oh yeah, I'm making him tell the story when I bring him on the show. Matter of fact, I'm not even gonna make him tell it because I got it on video where he told the whole entire story.
For real?
Yes, when I did that interview with him last year. Matter of fact, y'all, I got an interview with one of our homeboys who is an up-and-coming rapper in Atlanta right now by name of Hitman the Hitmaker, and he has this crazy-ass story about this music video shoot where these teenagers stole his fucking counterfeit money.
It wasn't counterfeit, it was fake. There's a difference.
Nah. Fake is just legal counterfeit money.
Wait, what?
Fake money is just counterfeit money that they made it obvious that it was counterfeit so you can walk around with that shit because it's like, it says ain't no niggas on a $100 bill.
It's against the law just for you to like produce fake notes.
Yeah. Unless you have a guise by which you were doing it, i.e., we want to show.
Unless you write on there saying that, this is not for tender.
Yeah, it says something like that is not legal tender, or they make it like real obvious, like, cause a lot of times you don't see the money in these music videos when it's flashing real fast, but if you was to freeze the screen, some of the time you see the bills with the rapper who's in the video on the face on the bill.
I be feeling like that's gay and cocky, but...
I mean, but it's kind of part of how they're legally allowed to walk around with it. Because you gotta think, sometimes they be having this shit in their pocket and they leave the set. They go get like Burger King and shit. And technically, if they walked around with some counterfeit money that looked too real, they could take them to jail for that shit. Mm-hmm. Or let's say you got your, fake music video money in one hand. and you got your real money in the other hand or pocket,
you got that baby blue Benjis in one hand,
right.
and the real blue Benjis in the other pocket.
You trying to go to Taco Bell and ball out and shit, and then this bitch is like, sir, this is
this Monopoly money. What is you doing?
Right? And you be like, oh fuck, you know what I'm saying? Here you go, because it's obviously fake. But if it looked it real enough, you would accidentally be done paid and balled out at Taco Bell with fake dollar bills.
Man, if you dumb enough just to like look at that shit and just be like, well, fall for that, then
Nah, I mean, like, that's why they gotta make it obvious that this can't possibly be this legal tender because of that shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so coming up on season 5, we got an interview with a couple of people. We finally finna get our interviews rolled out. And yeah, man, so Hitman the Hitmaker is going to be one of our first interviews on the show. So make sure all you guys tune in and nerd out for that, definitely. And y'all got to hear the story about the counterfeit money. Like, it's fucking hilarious. Like, I'm not even pulling no punches. Like, and he's not even one of those rappers that, like, intentionally tries to be funny. Well, I mean, he does, but that don't mean when he be funny. He be funny as shit when he's not trying to be. And bruh, when I tell y'all this story's hilarious, y'all gonna laugh y'all nutsack off. But let's go ahead and get into the show today. First, we gotta hit y'all with these plugs. Hey man, we just like to give a shout out to everybody who's been nerding out with us over the past couple of seasons, man. We really appreciate you guys. And for those of you who are new to the show, make sure you guys subscribe to the podcast and like and rate and comment on all the podcasting platforms available. That being Apple Podcasts, formerly iTunes, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spreaker, TuneIn, of course SoundCloud, and many, many more. Pretty much everywhere except for Spotify right about now. But anywhere else you guys can check us out. Like I said, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and rate the show. And tell us what you think. Tell us what you want to hear about the show. And as a matter of fact, if you got any more to say than that, you could definitely hit the show up on his 2 social media pages, that being Facebook and Instagram. You may please like and follow those pages respectively. And it's at Urban Nerd Weekly, all one word, all spelled correctly. Make sure y'all, you know what I'm saying, leave plenty, like, we got a bustling Facebook community going on, so we'd love for you guys to join that if you're new to the show. It's kind of how you get a little bit immersed into the culture of the show that we got going on right now. We just got some new folks working on the Facebook page, so it's definitely gonna be a lot more entertaining. And make sure you guys check out the Instagram page, because that's the first place that we post up all the previews and the little snippets of the show. We put them on the Instagram first, so make sure you guys like that as well. You can catch my awesome co-host, Nano Kitty Cat, on Instagram at Nano_Kitty_Cat. And you can also catch her on Facebook at Kitty Cat _Nano, as well as Twitter is Nano Kitty Cat with no underscores. So make sure you guys follow her on all those platforms, and make sure y'all keep up with her wittiness, and make sure, like I said, like I'll be reminding you guys later on, she has a new series coming out, so you gotta be following her on the social media to be caught up on it. You can find me personally on all the big 3, that being Twitter, Facebook, and all at Space Was Here. That's SPAYCEWUZHERE. And you can find me on all social media platforms with the same name, including TikTok and all. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into today's digital. Alright, so in today's new nerd news update, this is a crazy nerd news update. First of all, anytime you hear Orlando Brown and we're not talking about a fucking Proud Family reboot, you already know shit is about to get super fucking crazy.
This ain't Proud Family.
Fuck! Someone help us repair Kitty's fucking childhood, please. She missed the boat. Did you at least see, did you at least fucking see That's So Raven when it was on TV?
I skipped past it.
So you don't remember when she had on, like, the fucking mom clothes and shit?
I mean, I do recall because of the advertisements, but I wasn't really a fan of the show.
So, Kitty was not a fan of the show that was starring 2 child star icons that were on 2 very iconic shows as children. They grew up to be on a show together with some white bitch that did not seem to fit in, but she was still funny.
I mean, shit, ain't nothing too iconic about Raven-Symoné now other than that fucking bird head of hers. Remember when fucking Watermelon Dread called her Chicken Little?
I mean, yeah. But she done been through some shit. You know what I mean?
She's from every country. All of the countries. Except for Africa.
She said that.
She said that.
Okay, so I rescind my last statement. She's in that box that we put Stacey Dash in a couple of years ago when we found out she was a Trump supporter. And now we're gonna move on without mentioning that shit again. Because we're talking about Orlando Brown. And you know what? Now that I'm thinking about that shit that Orlando Brown said about him and Raven-Symoné before just sounds like so much more plausible when she says shit like that. However, we're not gonna bring that up because it was...
He about to put down that Scooby-Doo-Boop-Bop-Bop on Nick Cannon.
Apparently, there's been some rumors swirling around that Orlando Brown probably started, that him and Nick Cannon did some kind of things back in the day. And then today, he actually dropped a video stating directly, without illusions, that Nick Cannon blew his popsicle once upon a time. Like, his exact words were, he let Nick Cannon blow his popsicle. And then he laughed about it a little bit.
But why he need to blow a popsicle? Is it hot? Because it's supposed to be frozen.
You are not a fucking child. You know what blow a popsicle means. Trying to be good. I'm trying to avoid saying Nick Cannon sucked his dick, allegedly. Alright?
Slap, I might not.
Like corn on the cob. I break a bitch like China did wrong. Ooh, oh, I'm sorry, I just got so hyped. You just made me think about Juicy J, and that shit had me super fucking turned. First of all, you and Juicy J worship the same God, so don't be giving me that shit. Second of all, that was one of the most hypest verses I've heard from a legend on a young nigga song in a long ass time. That shit had me hyped. That was one of the few times that Cardi was on the song when she first came out and she was fucking spitting flames on everything. I was like, you know what? Juicy J outsigned Cardi B on that song. Just that one song. But anyway, so Orlando Brown he's accusing Nick Cannon of blowing his blow pop. And this is coming right on the heels of, basically the internet creating, turning Nick Cannon into a fucking laughing stock.
He's been a laughing stock.
But he can't, these ain't shit he's laughing with, though. Usually the shit that we're laughing at him about, he can appreciate the humor in it. Like, you can even see him.
Out. This is real life,
I'm saying, even in real life, you know what I'm saying? This ain't the first time, niggas done tried to shit on Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon is the resident Will Smith of the generation. Like, he was able to get popping without having to be a quote-unquote bad boy. You know what I'm saying? He didn't sell no dope. He started out on Nickelodeon. And he was he roughed it out, He told jokes before all that came on, made his way on all that.
His wife.
He got more famous off his wife, yeah. Well, ex-wife. But she still got the last laugh, because they was married for 5 years before they got divorced, right?
Eminem got the last laugh.
Eminem
got the first and the
last laugh. Yeah. That's exactly what I was about to say too. But yeah, and that's what I was about to get to. We're coming right off the heels of Nick Cannon,
coming for Eminem. This
after 10 years,
whole nother ass at home just to be doing something.
For real, bro. Because it's one thing when MGK did it. We get it. You're the new white kid. Let's be real. You're the new.
I think the cocaine tried to get him just to do something smart, but it wasn't really all that smart. Don't do drugs, kids. You're gonna end up being a Netflix star like MGK, and they don't turn out well.
And keep in mind, she did say don't do drugs. It gets really hard to manage when you start trying to, juggle more than one of them shits. And that's what happens to a lot of these stars. Because most of them only do one thing when they get on, right? They do lean, or they smoke weed, or, some of them do a bump here, bump there. Do a couple lines, bro. But then when they get famous,
a little bit of insulin here and there.
But then insulin. God damn, you picked the brokest broke nigga drug to fucking talk about, motherfucking insulin.
Heroin.
Oh.
That's what I did.
No, but niggas do get high off insulin and shit too, though.
Yeah.
Niggas get high off a lot of shit these days. Niggas fucking huffing paint thinner, and they sucking the air out of that shit that you clean the keyboard duster with.
As if you didn't get high off of alcohol and gasoline smells.
No, I don't want to do nothing that's gonna make my stomach feel fucked up before I can feel the good part.
That's why you don't sniff it for that long.
Okay, so let's just pretend like I never sniffed it long enough to learn that. How about that?
Well then.
And I learned something about you today.
I don't sniff alcohol all the time. I just sniff it whenever I need to use it for something. Just a little bit, because it smells good.
Just a little bit. You sound like this dude. This is one comedian named Nick Swartz, and he was like, I don't like cocaine. I just like the way it smells. Just a little bit, you know.
Just like I don't eat booty, but I like the way it tastes. Nigga, get the fuck out of here.
Fuck out. Right. I just like going through the motions of eating ass every now and then, you know. Yeah, you know. Make a little noise here and there.
Like what Orlando Brown did to Nick Cannon.
Oh, God. All right. So, on to the next story in today's nerd news update. I was on Twitter earlier and was surprised to see Free Britney trending. And instinctively, in my heart, I already knew it was Britney Spears without even looking. It just said Free Britney. And I was like, oh, shit. She's been really good for a long time.
Has she, if she's in jail?
Huh?
Has she, if she's in jail?
She's not in jail. That's what I was about to explain. Like, I was about to be like, oh, fuck, what did she do to get herself in jail? Because when you see Free Britney, and you know it's Britney Spears deep in your soul, you're like, oh, fuck. She back in jail. She busted somebody else's window instead of her own this time. What the fuck? You've been doing well. But, apparently, according to Twitter and the Los Angeles Times, Britney Spears hasn't fully controlled her life for years. Fans insist it's time to free Britney, according to Laura Newberry, a staff writer at the Los Angeles Times. In late April, excuse me again. Shit, that was. In late April, Britney Spears delivered a plea to her 22 million Instagram followers. Don't believe anything you read in here, she wrote in the caption. Your love and dedication is amazing, she went on. But what I need right now is a little bit of privacy to deal with all the hard things that life has thrown my way. It had been 3 weeks since the pop star had checked into a mental health facility. 3 weeks? Damn. And 3 months since she canceled her Las Vegas residency. Nigga, why would... Okay, so yeah, you need to go to a mental health facility if you cancel a Las Vegas residency. And let me explain to you why. You know what a residency is, right?
Isn't that like, not motel, but like a condo?
No. A residency is something that me and you are hoping to have this year. And that it means that you have a reoccurring spot at a club that you get to perform at, you get paid for. It's about the closest thing to having like a regular paying gig when it comes to a performer. Now let's take that to the next level. A Las Vegas residency is one of those that at minimum paying you $2 million a show. At minimum. Like, and that's after the cost of the show. Like, that's $2 million profit. Damn. So you gotta have a show that costs you $500,000 a night to produce. You still getting all, well, I mean, you know, not all, but you and your people is gonna split all of the $2 million. So, yeah, you need to get checked into a fucking resident, especially when you not that white hot fucking celebrity you was. Bitch, this ain't Hit Me Baby one more. You ain't got no schoolgirl clothes and shit no more. A particularly skeptical contingent of her fans wasn't buying the official reasons for these developments. That she went to the facility by choice, that her dad was sick and she needed the space and time to be there for her family. Theories of what actually happened inside Spears' guarded private life were growing more numerous and more frenzied. But ultimately, shared one notion that she was being silenced and manipulated and had been for years. Alright, I'm starting to see where this is going.
I mean, I'm not shocked that they tried to
Controller.
I'm not surprised that people like Britney Spears is like going through all this bullshit with the industry. Like, you know,
yeah,
just
I feel like all of this.
Yeah. She's a prime example. She went out and told her story, and everybody laughed at her, and everybody just like mocked her for it. But really, she was strong just to like put that shit out there in the open, just to let y'all know this industry ain't no fucking joke. Yeah, if you want to be an artist, you gonna have to suck a few dicks, take it in the ass a few times by Birdman in order for you just to get it.
Or you can do what we're doing and go all the way independent and not get fucked in the asshole. You can totally do that too.
I mean, we could try to avoid that as much as possible.
George Wallace, a comedian, also has a Las Vegas residency, and yeah, he get paid more than Britney do. So you ain't gotta do that. And he own all his shit, like we're gonna own all our shit.
Yeah, boy.
The Los Angeles Times spent 3 months examining. God damn, bitch! What the fuck was y'all doing else for 3 months? The Los Angeles Times spent 3 months examining Spears' conservatorship and reaching out to those who might have been firsthand how it has affected her. No one in her inner circle responded to requests for comment. The paper could find no independent evidence that Spears was being harmed by the arrangement. Spears is a celebrity like no other, an A-list performer who pulls in millions of dollars a year but does not have full control over her life or business affairs. Since her public unraveling in 2008, she has been subject to a court-approved conservatorship, known in other states as legal guardianship. That gives her father authority over her finances and many personal decisions.
So she has a payee.
Yes, that's pretty much what that is. Fans who believe the arrangement is intended to exploit rather than help her have adapted a hashtag and rallying cry, #FreeBritney. The legal oversight is highly unusual. Conservatorships are designed to protect people who cannot take care of themselves. But Spears, who is now 37 fucking years old, has worked non-stop over the course of her own, producing 4 albums and going on as many world tours. Not to mention, like I said earlier, she's been really good for the last 10 years, bruh. Real talk, the last thing new shit you could say about Britney was that time she let that snake neck fuck her and shit. You know what I mean? Okay, she brought a snake to the VMAs. Part of her performance. She didn't just fucking have a snake in the audience. You know what I'm saying? She was on stage, was like, ooh, I'm gonna do some shaka shit. Got an anaconda playing with it on stage. Which would blow my mind more. But she is from Louisiana. She's from Louisiana, so she do, you know.
That's what she do.
They ain't got stuff like that going on all the time over there. Play with snakes, crawfish, crickets, gators, crocs.
Oh man,
all kinds of stuff. Despite Spears' insisting on social media that she is fine and in control of her life, the Free Britney machine has developed in ways neither the superstar nor her team can control. It's become a tabloid staple on social media obsession. I haven't seen the word tabloid in so long, ever since bloggers took over the paparazzi's jobs and shit. Which fans often interpreting celebrities' actions through personal lenses, Spears has become a vessel for discussing the place of women in entertainment, mental illness, and father-daughter relationships. That last one just sounded so fucking rapey. Her attorney, Stanton Steen. Really? That's his fucking name?
Stanton Stein.
Call on Stanton Steen.
Goldfish.
Stanley Steamer makes life easy.
Call today.
But yeah, Stanley Steen, whom Jamie Spears has hired for Free Britney damage control, rejected the idea. Oh, look at Jamie looking out for Big Sister. And that's really nice because she kind of flamed out on Nickelodeon too around that time. So it's like the Spears family took a hit as a whole around those years. Because, she was teenage pregnancy. Well, Nickelodeon usually don't go over well.
Oh, I think I heard about that shit. She got kicked off of Nickelodeon because she got pregnant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They shouldn't have been fucking her raw then.
I mean, for real, because, nobody knows who the baby daddy is, and I just feel like it's one of the producers. In my heart of hearts,
True.
I feel like the family might have just been getting fucked 6 ways from Sunday right about then. Kevin Federline came in and shitted on him. Fucked the whole game up. That's why she crazy. She got nigga dick out of a white boy and didn't know what the fuck was going on with the world. That's what happened.
God damn.
That's what the fuck happened. Spears has been coerced or manipulated. She rejected the idea that Spears has been coerced or manipulated in any way. She's always involved in every career and business decision, he said, period. And everybody's saying that, but that just kind of proves...
Could have easily been forced.
Yeah, not to mention, that just proves when y'all say she was a part of the decisions, that lets me know that she still doesn't get the final say and shit.
Right.
Spears didn't mince words in her April Instagram post. In that moment, she appeared determined to show that she does, in fact, have a say-so over her life. You may not know this about me, she wrote, but I'm strong and stand up for what I want. And why the fuck they have to show that picture of all the pictures?
It's the one where she shaved her head.
Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. I forgot y'all can't see this shit. It's the one where she shaved her head for all the people who watching the video of this episode right now, or the clip for this episode right now. It's right after she shaved her hair to bust that window out with the fucking umbrella and shit.
But you know what? I do want to say that, shit, at least she's trying to get help. Because, even though after a while she's been trying to, work through a lot of shit by herself, she's just still, like, basically asking everybody just to, like, you know, respect her personal boundaries so she can go ahead and get healed up mentally so she'll be able just to, like, you know, appeal to her fan base. Because, like, you know, Britney Spears, I imagine her, like, on an individual basis, she probably do really care about her status and how the role that she played for a lot of people is just, you know, shit like with this Free Britney hashtag and all that shit is really kind of like fucking with her. So, like, you know, if you guys are truly...
Like, I get people's intentions, but I feel like what you're saying is right. They kind of hurting the brand more than they're helping it with this particular shit, you know, strain of shit or whatever.
So, like, if y'all just, like, stop hashtagging it, basically just, like, leave Britney alone.
Like, and if you want a hashtag, let's go to the hashtag we know Britney gonna fuck with.
Hashtag heal her or some shit.
Or hashtag it's Britney, bitch. Like if that's the hashtag, bro. Okay, think about Peter Pan. Please fucking tell me you saw Peter Pan. Nano Kitty Cat. God damn it. So you don't know how to make Tinkerbell come back to life if she about to die.
What, fuck her? I don't know.
Clap. You gotta clap and you gotta believe. You gotta clap and believe in Tinkerbell for her to not die. So what I'm saying about...
So I gotta jump up and down, make my ass cheeks clap, and then just be like, Tinkerbell, Tinkerbell.
Well, that'll probably revive the shit out of her. That's a lot of fucking joy and energy right there. There's always happiness. I've never seen someone hold a smile while twerking.
Because you gotta look vicious with that shit so people know it's real.
You know what I'm saying is, I meant to say, I ain't never seen anybody hold a frown. Like, they might be trying to look serious for a minute, but then they always losing and start smiling and shit towards the end of the twerking shit, like, because it get good to them and shit like that. So, yeah, I feel like if all y'all just twerk and then hashtag it's Britney, bitch, but do it to a Britney song, which... Now that might be a whole new movement right there. Bitches twerking to a Britney Spears song. I kind of want
to twerk to a Britney Spears.
That's
song?
why I kind of want to see it, bro. Like, cause you know, if I'm gonna keep it 100 right now, if Britney Spears had to did all the shit Miley Cyrus had to did in the last couple of years, it would have been so much more fucking interesting.
You know what I think?
What?
I feel like Miley Cyrus ended up getting up at this shit before she turned into Britney Spears. Cause you remember she had that.
Did you see the shit she was doing? Did you see the show in fucking, what was it, like Seattle or some shit?
I seen
she
her
performed the whole show
on Robin Thicke with teddy bears on the fucking back.
We all saw that.
Like,
we all saw that.
A few of my songs during that a few songs that she made during her little rampage there is like, I actually like that song because basically she's talking about like, shit, if you gonna be you, be the baddest you can. Like,
right. Not to mention, all her music was off the chain because she was fucking Mike Will Made It. The nigga that did, you ever heard 23s by Britney? I mean, not Britney. Miley Cyrus?
No.
It was that one song that sounded like it was a rap song and it didn't even seem like her song, but it was still fun. Alright, so he actually did Wrecking Ball too, but I didn't want to say Wrecking Ball because...
That's a very memed song.
Yeah.
I came in like a crippling depression.
Oh shit. I was so not ready. Alright, so
don't you ever say I just walked away.
So
I will
we about to get into the next topic in today's Nerd News Update.
We're gonna swing into it like a wrecking ball.
And on this week's digital download, in the video game section, we got Moons of Madness available on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. We got Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered Edition available on PlayStation 4 and on Switch. And both of those titles will be available on January the 21st. On January the 23rd, we got Oddworld Stranger's Wrath HD available in Switch. And we got Rugby 20 available on a PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Oh, and here's another title from January 21st. Look like I wrote it late. We got Mega Man Zero ZX Legacy Collection available on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. In the movie section, all these will be available on January the 24th. We got The Gentleman, Run, and The Turning. In the book section, we have A Queen in Hiding by Sarah Colesclough. In the music section, we got Joey Trapp with Wild West available on January the 23rd. And available on January 24th, we got Migos Culture 3 and Royce the 5'9", The Allegory. And that is all for today's digital download.
According to the Washington Post, House managers led by Representative Adam B. Schiff began presenting 3 days of opening arguments Wednesday in the historical Senate impeachment trial of President Trump on charges of abuse of power and obstruction of the Congress. Earlier in that day, Trump said at a news conference in Switzerland that he can live either way with the Senate's decision on whether to call witnesses in a trial focused on his administration conduct towards the Ukraine. The crux of the House.
The crux of the hose.
The cracks of the hose.
Ooh, the cracks of the hose is filled with despair and sadness.
And probably herpes. For $1 a day, you could wash your vagina to prevent yourself from having a yeast infection.
Oh my god!
Unlike that one bitch.
Yeah, unless you don't believe that yeast infections come from dirty pussies.
Then you take that fucking snack of waffle on something. Anyway,
the snack that doesn't smile back.
Yo fish.
Ugh. Anyway,
the crux of the House case is the allegations that Trump withheld military aid in a White House meeting to pressure Ukraine to investigate former Vice President Joe Biden and a political rival, as well as his son Hunter Biden. Senate adopts ground rules for impeachment trial, delaying a decision on witnesses until after much of the proceedings. Chief Justice John G. Roberts Jr. admonishes impeachment lawyers, telling them to remember where they are. Senate Democrats privately consider witness trade in impeachment trial. With his mind on impeachment, Trump prepares to wrap up the Davos visit with foreign policy focus. So yeah, basically they're withholding witnesses from testifying against Trump. Also, they're threatening them just to remember where they are, threatening the attorneys.
So they on some mob shit right now is what you're telling me.
They been on some mob shit.
I mean, yeah.
These rich people, they a mob together.
That's for sure. And if I didn't already know, Cat Williams told us this a while back, that this whole country is just run by a bunch of gangsters. I mean, that's really the deal. But this right here is just further evidence. The fact that while you're the fucking peak of the eye of the public, you could still shake motherfuckers down to get them to not testify against you. Like you some corrupt ass. Well, I guess you can't be a corrupt mob boss, because that's kind of an oxymoron, because you're already a mob boss.
So you gotta be corrupt in something.
Yeah, which I would almost probably say the same thing is true for politicians. It's like saying, oh, he's a crooked politician. Well, he's a politician, so you know. That tiger just went tiger. You know what I mean?
It's on the job description list.
Right. Must be willing to fuck over massive amounts of people for clout and financial gain.
Must be able to kill somebody without getting paws dirty. Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself, so.
You know what? Now that I'm starting to think about it, I think maybe Trump did to try to get the heat off his ass for a little while.
That's funny you say that. It was actually some little bit of stigma behind that. Some people believe that Trump was the one who got him killed, so to speak, because there was this picture which was proven to be photoshopped, where it was Trump and Epstein together along with a 12-year-old girl. It was said that Trump had drugged and raped that 12-year-old girl at a party that was at Epstein's house.
She ought, cause damn, that was the fuck he was, about to be in a hot chair for, was,
But they said that photo was photoshopped, but I'm not sure whether or not that story is
because they also
true.
said Epstein killed himself.
Right. So we don't know full facts. We just know whatever we're accusing people for. So I do encourage y'all just to be more informed before y'all just go sharing shit. Look up links. Attach links if need be, and just inform people, because nothing is worse than a bunch of fucking sheep that don't know 2 + 2 is 4, bruh.
Right, because the media has been telling y'all it's 3 for 30 years, and then after a while y'all just be like, well, fuck it. I mean, everybody else says it's 3. It should probably be it's 3.
No, it's 4.
It's fucking 4. All right.
This is why.
And Z. But yeah, so And you know what? Like, people don't be connecting this shit all the time, but a lot of times, like, a lot of these sensationalized ass news stories are distractions from the shit that's going on in politics. Like, a lot of people don't realize that Paris Hilton's sex tape back in the day had came out right around the time that George Bush was up under fire for a lot of bullshit that was going on in the White House.
And like, if you see,
and people also forgot why that was going on, that Bush stole the fucking election back then. People forgot that shit because they saw her pussy in the dark.
I mean, you see a lot of the current events that we've been talking about on the show has most definitely overshined a lot of the shit that we've been talking about as far as this Trump impeachment case.
Right. This show is absolutely a perfect example of that.
We can't go into too much detail about certain things because only thing we have is what the articles that we read tell us.
Right.
But also, we already know, like, for example, you can literally go onto Wikipedia and edit the page.
Right. And it's even easier to do that now because Wikipedia is going broke as fuck.
Yeah.
They asking for $2.50 a pop. Like, bitch, they need bus fare.
They trying to get somewhere.
They trying to keep from being owned by the government, because if they get owned by the government, then we really gonna be reading regular ass lies on a regular.
Because shit, there's so much dirt on the fucking government that a lot of people is going to be putting out. And since you can edit Wikipedia, you can just edit in the truth behind the government. Like, Area 51 is in Antarctica.
Antarctica. But yeah, so this is all distraction. Floopers and Madman, fucking help us, save us. You know what I'm saying? We about to get into today's topic in just a second, but even that would be under suspect of being a fucking distraction from all this bullshit.
Most definitely.
Because when the fuck is the last time you heard of Australia being on fire?
I think that's pretty common, but it's just like, it's more along the lines of it's more severe than the normal fires that it's been. Like, to be fair, California's been on fire for however the fuck long, and it's
bunch of times.
There's a lot of things that's just outshine the fact that everything's wrong with Florida, by the way. We ain't finna just like skip past that. I did say Florida, but everything's wrong with Florida, so it's whatever. But Flint, Michigan, they still ain't got no clean drinking water, along with, I don't remember what happened to the case where they was trying to dig up a lot of Native American lands just to install pipelines. A lot of it essentially was taken away from that when Flint became that much of an issue. So they used Flint as a way just to like get people just to like, right.
It was a perfect distraction, because you're right. I totally forgot about that shit until just now. I've been worried about all them niggas that can't drink water. And they use your sympathy. Like, they use your sympathization towards other people to manipulate your ass. Because, bro, we all like, damn, bro, they always doing niggas dirty. Fuck the government.
See, that's
and
the
we
thing.
forgot all about the fact that they, like, literally was fucking Indians, Native Americans on TV. Like, we was watching them get, like, sprayed like black people were back in the civil rights era and all that shit.
They get fucked up royally. Like, they already got their land stolen, and they just...
And as a matter of fact, we're going to get into that. We're going to finish that in just a second, but let's go ahead and tell these folks about the sponsors right quick. Before we dive into today's topic, I want to give you guys a little reminder about our sponsors. First up, we got Sweet K's Cakery. We talk about all the bakables you can imagine, custom made just for you. You can hit up Sweet K's Cakery. If you want a Spider-Man cake for your son's birthday, or Frozen 2 cake for your daughter's birthday, y'all can hit up Sweet K's Cakery. Y'all want some cake pops for the 4th of July to go along with them hamburgers and hot dogs? Hit up Sweet K's Cakery. If y'all just want some nice blueberry muffins that got your name on them, so you can eat something that's real good with your name and they pretty every single day, hit up Sweet K's Cakery, man. Find her on Instagram at Sweet K's Cakery, spelled correctly, one word, no underscores. And our next sponsor for today's episode is Creative Customs. We talk about clothing, jewelry, and apparel. We're talking about hats, shirts, jackets, fucking shoes, purses, drawers, bras, and all. If y'all want them custom made, y'all need to hit up Creative Customs. That's KRE, the number 8, TIV _customs. Also, you can find them on Instagram. And we can't go without letting you remind you about who some of the friends of the show are. I got Hitman the Hitmaker with his new single, That's Dope, available on Spotify, Apple Music, and the video is available on YouTube. We got my buddy Von Roberts, a fellow comedian, with his stand-up comedy EP, Nightcap, and it's also available on Spotify and Apple Music. And you can catch the whole special in a video format. It's basically a YouTube special, which ain't nobody else fucking doing right now. I don't know if anybody's catching this shit right now, but my man did a whole YouTube comedy special just for the fans that y'all could catch that shit. Also called Nightcap EP on YouTube. So make sure you guys check that out. We're going to roll on into today's topic today. You know what I'm saying? We was just talking about, like, you know, we segued into Australia. You know what I'm saying? We had to let y'all hear from the sponsors right quick. But now, you know what I'm saying? Today's topic is all about even more shit. Like, the world is just, it's a shitstorm right now, people. All right? All kinds of shit is going on.
Yeah, everybody felt this shit last year. It's just like everybody has had that weird feeling in their body for the past few months of 2019. 2020 is a whole different era. It's a whole different genre that we're really starting, and everybody feels that shit, but nobody wants to admit that shit. A lot of people, such as myself, feel like, you know, maybe this is the beginning of the end of the world. But that's conspiracy theory shit, and that's like...
Yeah, that's for the secret pod. That's for the secret pod. And then, and as a matter of fact, you know, before we finish talking about, or get started talking about today's topic, the secret pod is a thing that we're doing. Urban Nerd Weekly is going to have once a month a secret podcast episode that you can only access through our Patreon account. Now, we'll be dropping a link for that really soon. We didn't want to push it too hard, because it's like, we don't want to make you guys feel like, oh, you know,
buy my premium Snapchat!
Right, or join my OnlyFans. So we just want to make sure we're providing something quality to you guys. And we're not even going to charge that much. It's just really just... The secret pod is going to be about some darker shit. And we want only the people that really fuck with the Urban Nerd campaign to really be listening to that, because that kind of... Like, we get into some... Like, we really got some deep shit lined up for the secret podcast episodes. So we just... Like, we'll tell you more about them later, but...
Also, you might end up getting to learn a little bit more about your host and hostess.
Absolutely.
A little behind the scenes of where we come from, who he is.
Right, and don't forget that we are still running a contest that anybody who is able to remember Nano Kitty Cat's real government name
by the end of this season
does get a free Xbox Live, PlayStation, or Apple Music gift card.
Emphasis on the gift card. We ain't got that type of money, bitch.
Yeah, gift card.
Gift card, duh.
Like, not plural. But it will be for a hundo, though. So you'll be able to buy, like, 2 games, a bunch of skins, and... Oh, shit, I forgot to watch that thing last week to see what the new downloadable content was going to be for Super Smash Bros. I don't know who the new character's going to be. Shit. So, I guess, we'll look that up, and... I'll probably just put that shit in the episode description, because by the time the episode comes out, I'll have had time to look it up and put that shit in the episode description. And then when people read it, I'm like, what the fuck did he just randomly put that shit in there? And then when y'all listen to this part of the episode, y'all be like, oh. So, yeah. So, like we said, though, so much shit has been going on in the world. We haven't even really had time to talk about the fact that Australia's been on fucking fire lately, y'all.
Yeah, it's been like actual other fucking animals in Australia helping the other fucking animals keep from burning their own assholes down. Like, bruh. And like now they're trying to like move towards extinguishing, if you will, over 400,000 cats, like house cats, just to like keep them from killing the animals fleeing the bushfires.
God damn. Like, and this shit is crazy, because like according to TheGuardian.com, Australia's bushfires are making it rain fucking brown. Bushfires. What did I say?
Brushfires.
Oh shit, bushfire. That sounds like what a redhead has when she doesn't shave. Australia bushfire, like that shit is making it rain brown in Melbourne, Australia right now.
They're
like,
getting shitted on.
Yeah, and because like I don't know if it's because of the fire or if this is causing the fire, but apparently it's hot as shit over there.
It's probably the debris that's been floating in the air from the fire. You know, fire, burning things, it is a chemical reaction, and a lot of chemicals get released into the atmosphere, and it's going to eventually cause them to have a lot of weather problems. Like you said, it's hot as fuck there. Of course, they're going to have, like, you know, a lot of different wind coming through, and they're going to be feeling like the heat of the flames, you know, getting blown through the wind. And since it's that large of a scale of a fucking fire, you know, Yeah, everybody's trying not to die.
Yeah, and I totally get that, because that would also explain why it's raining brown, and it's raining brown so much, like the rivers and shit, like the bodies of water are fucking brown in Australia right now. But outside of that, you were saying something about the cats and shit, like they were... You used a really nice terminology for it. What did you say? Extinguishing?
Yeah, they were being extinguished.
Extinguishing the cats?
Yeah, they're extinguishing the cats, but not the fire.
While it's hot as fuck and the water's brown, their first thought was,
holding a dead cat.
Let's kill the fucking cats.
Kill that pussy. Yeah.
Kill that pussy. You want to read that article right quick before we can discuss it?
Yeah, according to New York Times, the feral felines are driving the country's native species to extinction. Now a massive culling is underway to preserve what's left of the wild. According to Jessica Camille Aguirre on, as I said, New York Times. In the deep winter weeks of last July, Shane Morse and Kevin Fidget Spinner, I don't know his last name.
Look, we're protecting his last name for purposes that we did not. Oh, fucking shit. Kevin
Kilimanjaro.
No, wait. I might have it. Hold on. Kevin Figlio Mini. Boom. One take.
Flagellum.
Kevin Fidget Spinner.
Yeah, Kevin whatever. Nearly always got up before the sun rose. They awake next to the remains of a campfire or occasionally a roadside motel in the...
Kevin Federline. Boom!
So okay. I'm gonna have to actually leave.
Okay. I'm in. It's Brittany.
Yeah. Anyway, in the roadside motel, and in the darkness before dawn, they began to unload poisoned sausage from their refrigerated truck. The sausage was for killing cats.
Yeah. Use the sausage to kill that pussy.
Hey, bro, don't talk about Usher like that.
Oh, God, no!
Anyway, the sausage was for killing cats. One morning near the end of the season, Morse and Kilimanjaro left the Kalbarri Motor Hotel in the remote western coast of Australia.
Motorboating. Bluski.
Where they dined on steak and shellfish the night before.
Damn.
And drove along the squally coastline. They kept their eyes fixed on the sky. If it rained, there would be no baiting that day. Morse and Kilimanjaro, Figment, unpacked their boxes filled with thousands of frozen sausages they produced at the factory south of Perth.
So that sausage was whole when they was killing them cats.
Get the fuck out.
This article.
But that was your brain that conducted that thought. You used the brain wrong. It's time for you to give it back to whoever was using it beforehand. It was not your turn.
I told you not to make me laugh.
Get it together, Tink.
All right. Be as stiff as that sausage. All right, let's go.
According to a recipe developed by a man they jokingly called Dr. Death.
Oh.
It called for kangaroo meat, chicken fat, and mix of herbs and spices along with a poison called 1080 derived from gastrolobium plants and highly lethal animals like cats.
Oh, it's highly lethal to animals.
Yeah. And highly lethal to animals like cats, whose evolutionary path did not require them to develop a tolerance to it. The bait would also have... You stink. Did you fart?
I told you not to make me laugh. I said that. I was holding my stomach. I'm sorry. I tried to step back.
What have you been eating?
But when I tried to walk away, it came out faster. I swear to God. And it's everything you gave me since you've been here.
I gave
Coffee, hot chocolate, some Red Bull, a Black and Mild. And you know what was almost in the mix of that?
So it's my fault.
I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm just saying because of the time frame, that's what's in the gas. Look, we have more important issues, all right? It's raining orange in Australia, and you're talking about...
It's raining orange in America with Trump. the fuck you mean with Australia?
Right.
It's raining brown over there.
It's raining brown.
That is nasty.
It's raining dirt. And it's poison.
That would be acid rain.
No, it don't gotta be acidic in order for it to be poison, or else every poison would burn when you touched it. It don't.
It itches when you touch certain poisons.
Yeah, but the fact that you said certain just definitely made you agree with the fuck I just said.
Fair enough. Fuck up, nigga. Fuck about it. Anyway, the baits would also be lethal to other non-native species like foxes. As the sun brightened the broom... the fuck is that? As the sun brightened the broom, the baits began to defrost. By mid-morning, when Morse helped to load them into a wooden crate inside a light twin-engine propeller Beechcraft Baron.
Damn.
Mouthful.
Fucking, yeah.
There was burnish with a sheen of oil and emitted a stomach-turning feeder. The airplane shot down in the runway and lifted over the gently undulating hills in the sands plains that abut in the Indian Ocean.
You could tell that a non-American wrote this because they have a fantastic fucking vocabulary.
Exactly, bro. Because my dialect ain't nowhere near close to that, bro. I'm just like a country bumpkin to a lot of people.
It's raining brown and yellow, and they finna murder the cats. What the fuck? That's basically what you rather say.
Like, bro, like when it come down to it, like they legit have to put out some motherfucking poisonous food for cats just to keep them from killing the damn wildlife. Instead, they could just like put that shit in a crate and ship them to an island or something, or they can just like get lost.
They can let Darwin's theory do its fucking job.
They can get dogs,
and
bro.
let survival of the fittest take its course, alright? If there is that many animals fleeing from somewhere where they can't live anymore, if something doesn't kill them, we're all going to have to, because they're going to live where we are.
Exactly. That is the biggest thing when it comes down to a lot of deforestation, that like a lot of people seem to fail to realize that like when it comes down to tearing down like shit like the Amazon forest and shit, it's a lot of motherfucking animals that live in that motherfucker, bruh.
Right, and they gotta go somewhere if they're not gonna die.
Exactly. So they gonna be in your house or theirs. You pick and choose that battle, bruh.
Right, bruh. Like
shit,
people...
that's why in Australia everything is trying to kill you. Shit, even the weather. They got a fucking fire over there for how the fuck long.
Think about this shit. Kangaroos try to box humans. That's where they fucking think they are on the fucking food chain, because there is so much.
I mean, shit, any animal that's thicker than me like that, they win. Like, bruh, off the rip, you win. If you see them fucking legs on the goddamn kangaroo, girl.
Right. And then there's also that kind of weird-ass theory floating around right now where in that, you know, it's kind of like the up-and-comings that Australia kind of had coming. Like, not just yet another sign that we're in the end times, but the fact that, you know, the entire country was founded as a place for them to hide criminals. Like, well, they weren't hiding them. It was... The whole island of Australia was a prison in the beginning. Like, from like, it was a European prison. So when people, like, you know, they got Rikers Island right now. Mm-hmm. So, like, back in the days and shit, if you was, like, a fucked up, really terrible criminal in Europe or something, and they had to lock you up for good and throw away the key, that's where they would send your ass. The whole island of Australia was like...
Because there's secret prisons all throughout Africa where, like... people in America send some of their criminals over there just to, like, you know, eventually get killed. Because, like, there's a lot of those secret prisons.
And by people, like, she means government. The government hides your ass.
Yeah.
Like
you
a
get,
motherfucker.
That's how they take your ass off the map. They ship your ass back to where you came from if you a nigga.
Right. And then they cut your tongue out so you never can scream and tell anyone.
You can't tell nobody that. They fuck up a rat.
Yeah, bruh. Like, Tekashi better stop complaining. So they gonna send his ass over there too.
I don't know, bro. If he got something to say up against somebody that's like that major, that's not fucking like little bits of beef between gang related rappers and shit, then maybe. But
I think you forgot when we talked about that he just took down an entire organization that was selling drugs, selling pussy. I mean,
if they find a way just to end up tying that into like
I mean, if he could take down Trump, I feel like the whole country will forgive him.
Nah.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe that if Tekashi 6ix9ine is somehow responsible bringing down Trump.
You know what?
that would balance out his people's opinion of him in the public eye. Because first of all, let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. Donald Trump stole Tekashi 6ix9ine's whole gig in running for president. Well, I can't say that.
Wait, Tekashi?
I feel like Tekashi stole Trump's idea to become the biggest rapper by doing the Trump in the rap world. So, essentially, yeah, he's got to take down Trump if he wants the world to love him again. Or... if he wants to be able to get out of a spectrum. If he wants to get out of jail and not be because he's already worried about getting killed in prison. There's a lot more
about being killed out of prison.
Right. Well, he will be when he gets out.
But that boot hole wasn't safe. That boot hole got moited, boy.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't wanna.
It's like, oh. Let me see why they call you Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Oh, you got that 6ix9ine on your face. Let me put something else on your face.
Let me 6 your 9.
This is making me feel gross just like joking about it. Like, because I done seen so many black movies where the prison scene is immediately, like, the nigga's been in jail for like 3 hours and already someone's in that asshole. Like, oh,
American
bruh.
History X.
Like, why, man?
You remember that movie?
Yeah. It was another movie on BET where the dude that played Stacy in the Wood was in prison. And bruh, this is like, he played gangster roles in every movie he was in.
Don't know who he is.
Fuck. And I'm just gonna shove a pop culture into your eyeballs one day. Cause jeez, we gotta get these references tight, son. Like sealed shut snap trap.
Like virgin pussy at night. Bitch.
Damn, virgin pussy at night. I didn't even know there was a difference between daytime virgin pussy and nighttime virgin pussy. But, yeah. So, I mean, fucking long story short, Australia's on fire. They about to kill them pussies so they don't eat all the other animals. And it's raining brown and orange and the rivers are flowing. Like, is this not all the shit that's in the Bible?
All at once, bruh.
Yeah. We're like,
plague,
everybody's got their guns pointed at each other ready for war. Like China's like, fuck that, y'all owe us too much money. Shit. Korea's like, you know what, fuck it, y'all don't tell us what to do. Iran is like, bitch, you shot at us. But at least they being real though, because they put that video out saying like, yo, we don't got a problem with American people. We got a problem with the American government and the people that are in it. And that right there, hey look, I'm a black person. If anybody in Iran hearing this show is two black people, expressing their opinions about nerd culture, world news, and pop culture and shit like that.
And I just want to say, subscribe on all platforms.
Please do. But yeah, like, from everybody over here in America, like, if y'all just wait till the one day while all them niggas in the White House, and y'all just want to bomb that shit, fuck it, bro. Just don't fuck up traffic. Just don't fuck up traffic anywhere else besides Washington. And wait till after 5, not 5, wait till right before 5 o'clock to do that shit. So, cause that way my little nephew, he could be happy to get out of school early.
Man, do it at a time where
let me make it home from work first. You know what I mean?
Do it on a Monday.
Yeah, do it on a fucking Monday. Blow that shit up on a Monday before 5 p.m. The whole country will love you.
Right.
If y'all had did it on Martin Luther King Day, bruh, oh damn,
we would have totally on ourselves.
Oh yeah, and by the way, this is totally.
We're not conspiring against the government for all the FBI that's listening to everybody's content for all the fucking time. We're not conspiring against the government.
Yeah,
we're just speaking
being
facts. Dicks.
Yeah,
you hear? We're just like stating shit.
Yeah, but if y'all had did that shit on Martin Luther King Day, which by the way, to all the Urban Nerd Weekly listeners, happy Martin Luther King Day. We definitely like to acknowledge the holiday. However, we are two slightly woke people who understand that the legacy that Dr. King left behind is the legacy that the powers that be wanted us to believe about Martin Luther King. A lot of people don't know that shortly before Martin Luther King died, he kind of started feeling different about his message. Like, he was quoted saying that he may be afraid that he'd led his people into a burning house, when he's preaching integration and shit. So, you know what I'm saying? I say
definitely.
I say happy MLK Day because I want you to actually go.
We want you to like us.
We want you to. No, I want you to nerd out. I want you to nerd out. I want you to go and look up the real the real way that Dr. King was trying to leave his legacy, because there's no coincidence that as soon as he started having a change of mind and a change of heart, after he had a meeting with Malcolm X and a lot of other people that are part of the black movement, he started to realize where he went wrong, and how, the government was using him. That's why they killed him. And it has actually been proven in the court of law that the FBI did kill Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. FBI did that.
They shot the shit out of Malcolm X.
They fucked Malcolm X
If you've seen any of the crime scene photos of, basically Malcolm X's room where he died at, you will see there's bullet holes every fucking where. You do not need to put that much force on the motherfucker. But, just because we colored people over here trying to, get a bite of what the white man got going on, shit.
No. Oh, they hate when niggas is doing something that is progressive for the people, bro. They, you could tell, because, and then, not only they do all that to Malcolm X, when they assassinated King, he
didn't die from the bullet wound.
He didn't die. Yeah, he arrived at the hospital alive.
Right. There's a picture of him in the hospital after being shot. They said that autopsy report said that he was smothered to death.
Yep.
But the bullet didn't kill him. But everybody's led to believe that he was shot and killed instantly.
Yeah. And then not to mention, a lot of people don't talk about that was not the first time they tried to kill him.
No, it's no doubt about that.
They stabbed it. They got somebody to stab him in fucking broad daylight on the street one day. Actually, it was right here. They tried to stab him in the heart. The knife wasn't long enough.
It wasn't long enough.
It wasn't long enough.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. They get to the doctor and they told King, they was like, man, if you had sneezed before you made it here, you would have died. Because that's how much space was in between the tip of the blade and his heart.
God damn.
That's crazy, right? And they were saying part of it was because not only was the knife long enough, but his heart
was small enough.
Nah, he had a defect to where his shit was slightly shifted over closer towards the middle of his chest than everybody's is. So when they was aiming for it, not only was the knife not long enough, but it was to the side of the front of his heart. So if he sneezed and it would have expanded.
Yeah, because when you sneeze, your heart kind of stops and just expands a bit, and then we say bless you and you don't die.
Right. And part of it is because, we say bless you because it's a lot of shit going on, because, the average sneeze is between 70 and 200 miles per hour, right? So that is enough power to stop your heart. That's why,
Most definitely. That's what happens when you sneeze. Your heart stops, and that's why a lot of people say bless you, Gesundheit, or whatever
because
it is.
Every time it's a miracle that your shit kept beeping after that. You know what I mean? People don't think about it like that because we don't even see the miracle of life the way we used to.
See, we humans look at life more along the lines of we deserve it because we were born into it, because that's why we feel like we're here, because we deserve this life. But truth be told, any little thing at any given moment could take us out. That is one thing that I personally constantly fear, because I know that there's a lot of things that we have zero control over no matter what the fuck we do. If there's a car barreling towards you, you can try to jump out the way, but if you see that motherfucker turn, you can't fucking counter turn.
Yeah, or if you're like me and the shit's coming up behind you and you're listening to Soulja Boy in 2007 with your iPods on.
Ooh, damn. That's how you got it?
Yep, I was doing the most wholesome ish. Okay, I was being mostly
been more gangster than
I was mostly wholesome because I was going from school to work, me and a good boy. But I was smoking a cigarette at the time. I often think about that too, because I'm, part of my 2020 resolution is to kick the cigarettes to the side. But I often think about the fact that my cigarette smoking career started around the time that I did get by a car. I'd be like, man, shit's. I wonder if that's why my luck is changed. What if that shit is what's changing my vibration?
Man. It's easy just to think of it like that, but I'm thinking of it
I only think about it like that because they do say shit like that does alter your vibration. You know what I mean? Your vibe. So my frequency is changed due to the fact that I have that habit. And I'm not proud of it.
But it's not really with that. I don't think it's probably with that specific habit. But at the same time,
yeah,
it is a good coincidental thing. Let's say that
if I didn't stop for the cigarettes that day. I'd have been already at work when I got hit by the car.
Well, hypothetically speaking. But I was thinking more along the lines of, like, if you wasn't a smoker and, like, you just didn't need, like, a cigarette interval, then things could have been easily worse. Like, you could have ended up walking into work when somebody ended up with a gun pointed in your face or something.
That's true. I mean, I think about shit like that all the time.
There's multiple outcomes to each scenario. There's multiple realities when it comes down to it. It's just, you know, how you decide to spend your time.
Yeah,
like
that's basically what life is choices in time. Like, you only have X amount of time and you don't know how much that amount is. And
it's all about consequences and reactions.
Yep.
Shit, if something happens to you as a consequence to, like, whatever the fuck you were doing, like, you know, you can't just, like, sit and be like, this happened. You
it
gotta
sucks
kinda, like,
dick, but you gotta keep moving, or else
like,
something worse is gonna happen because you keep sitting still. It's kind of like life is kind of like a stampede. Like, if Simba stayed still when them at the beginning of the movie, when them fucking when them fucking wildebeest was fucking, what's that shit called when they all move? Stampeding. Thank you so much. I needed that. When all the motherfuckers was stampeding, if you stand still too long, they gonna get your ass. Like, I seen that shit on Lion King, National Geographic, and YouTube. They gonna get your ass. So you gotta keep moving, even if you get knocked down.
When it comes down to a group of large or heavy set animals moving, like all of them moving in the same direction as you, I don't want to be moving or standing in their fucking way.
Right.
So I'm
being still is gonna get your ass hoofed the fuck up.
Somewhere else, hang where something else. Like,
right.
Bruh, I'm
like, even like jumping into a tree right before all the motherfuckers come through is still you doing something.
I mean, shit, when it comes down to it, like, if you look at it from an alternate perspective, let's say that was a realistic scenario and you jumped into the tree. There's multiple outcomes. The wildebeest could easily just knock the tree over and you still get stomped on.
Right.
Or you could just,
the branch could break and you fall right into the shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You could miss when you try to jump. I mean, yeah, a lot of shit can happen, you know? But like Nano Kitty said, it's all about your actions, your reactions, the decisions you make. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, sometimes you make a decision that puts you in a position where you don't want to be at. However, you honestly don't know where you would be had you made a different decision, so you can't harp on that shit. And sometimes you being in that position allows you to learn something about yourself that saves your bacon for real later on in life. So, you know, it's all about keeping your head up and keeping it moving, man.
It's all about the mentality that you're in whenever a lot of bad shit is happening. Because, like, on my healing journey, I come to realize that, like, a lot of the things that, like, I've been dealing with is more along the lines of what my reaction is to things. I'm one of those type of people where I like to overanalyze things and try to get every perspective of certain things so I can already know how my reaction is going to be. Like, I build my reaction based off the facts or, like, whatever it is that's, like, you know, facing in front of me. I try to be factual with it, and if my emotions get evolved, you know, I try to, like, take a step back, take a breather, and blah, 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 and then just, like, reapproach whatever the issue is, you know? Just because you reach a problem when you're trying to reach your goal does not mean that that's not a step into reaching your goal.
Right. A lot of the times, you know, that's actually proof. That's actually proof that you're going in the right direction. I'll tell it to you like this, and my dad said this shit to me when I was a little kid, and this, I wish I would have thought about this shit more in tougher times, but I'm going to definitely do so from now on. I'm going to teach my son the same thing when this happens. But you ever notice in a video game, when you're going in the right direction,
you're going to end up meeting the boss.
That's where all the enemies are. You know what I'm saying? When you going in the opposite direction, ain't shit going on because you already took care of that shit. So yeah, you get to have fun and frolic over here and shit. But when it's time, when you
start to lose interest because you just, like, you don't have that same like forward drive because you're afraid of what's on the other side. Get out the bed, bitch, and go do something with your life.
Right. Because eventually, like, I'm sorry, but eventually, like that's how you even got the space to do what you want to do in the first place. Because when the game first starts, most of the time, you gotta do something in order to even, you know, make some room for yourself a lot of times. So the closer you get to the end of the game, the closer you get to beating the game,
the closer you get to
the more shit you gonna have to go through. So you can't sit up here and be willing to face those challenges in a virtual world without accepting the fact that that's analogous to what happens in the real world. Did you were telling me earlier about you were helping talk to some people?
Yeah, earlier I was on Facebook, like on this PTS group. I was trying to help out a few people, like
PTSD group.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a PTSD group where I was trying to help out a lot of people figure out what their triggers are and like how to deal with them, so I could figure out how to deal with my own personal triggers.
That's actually a good way to do that.
I have PTSD and anxiety, and I'm trying my best just to like live a normal life because I got a little girl. And I'm trying to raise her just to be the strongest, most beautiful woman as possible. And it's really difficult when I don't even think of that of myself. You know, whenever somebody compliments me and shit, like I get uncomfortable because like I done been that fucking hurt.
Right.
And it's just like, you know, if you got somebody that you can reach out to, if you got somebody that you could just like vent to, utilize that shit. Like if that's what it takes for you just to get some healing going on, then utilize that shit. If you ain't got nobody, here we are at Urban Nerd Weekly. Feel free to reach out to us.
Absolutely, man. Like we
may have our times where we're busy because we are human. Keep in mind that, at least I think I'm a human. But just keep in mind we all got the same type of emotions that you probably feel. Like we both have PTSD about some shit.
Like we are people of the nerds, definitely. And I could definitely tell you unequivocally through my research of the last year, us nerds are the most prone to anxiety, depression, and addiction. So, if you are having trouble with any of those things or more, like, please feel free. Like, if you can't reach out to anyone else, you guys can definitely hit us up. If we have time, we will absolutely be there for you. And if not, we already have numbers and chat groups and like, you know, even me and Nano Kitty Cat doing this show is a part of our own recovery from our pain from the past.
Right, like it's been so long since I can honestly say that I've had a male friend where I don't have to worry about any type of sexual expectations, where I don't have to worry about constantly looking over my shoulder just to make sure he's not trying to like interact with my daughter negatively. Like, you know, it's really refreshing just to know that there's people out there that's like, you know, decent people. And like with Space, he has his own issues that he has to deal with, and I'm pretty sure it's just like refreshing just to know that some of that shit he don't have to deal with.
Yeah, definitely not alone. And sometimes, like, I used to totally not believe this, but sometimes hearing that other people have the problem you had or a similar problem that you have or have had in the past puts it in perspective, because it doesn't seem like it, but knowing somebody else made it through and is on the other side where they could talk to you about it makes you a little optimistic about you being able to make it through on your own. So there is another side, like, you know, back in the day, you know, they used to tell like gay people, hey, it gets better. Like all my nerds in the world, trust me. Look at Bill Gates, look at fucking Mark Cuban. Fucking all of the people that got hella money, they are all nerds like us guys. Like
Zuckerberg.
Right. Zuckerberg.
But fuck Zuckerberg right now, because he done fucked up with Facebook. Looking at people.
Yeah, the whole privacy issues, and it's part of how this orange clown got in the fucking office. Like, I mean, I kind of gotta be weighing it against the fact that Mark did kind of create a monster that over time, you can't blame him for the entire monster anymore.
I mean, it's out of his hands. Shit that he was accused of doing.
I mean, yeah, and see, that's the thing. They were accusing him of doing.
But he probably didn't.
But it was Facebook as a whole that really committed the act. A lot of this shit happened while this nigga wasn't even around. You know what I mean? It's kind of like how when mob bosses go to jail when their fucking underlings are the ones getting caught with dope and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't even prove they really knew this shit was going on. And then back in the day, from what I've heard from a lot of old gangsters, a lot of the times, the big bosses wouldn't know about whatever operation was going on when they got caught. Like, the shit that the police caught them on usually was some shit that they underlings was trying to do under the nose of the big boss. And then that's the reason they usually didn't have the fucking protection they had, because the big boss didn't.
Caught up.
Yeah, the big boss didn't know this shit was going on, so he didn't know to protect y'all, because y'all trying to skim off the top of the money that y'all making from this shit without paying y'all tribute to the man. And so now all y'all going to jail, and this nigga sitting in jail after he done built this operation that done went great for all this time until y'all came and fucked it up. I feel like that's kind of the deal with Mark Zuckerberg, because you got, and then like, you know, Facebook kind of got built like a street organization, in that by the time he got where he was, all the niggas that started with him is gone. So we don't even know if Mark can even trust the people that are around him at Facebook now, albeit they are keeping it going, debatably in a way that might not have happened if he had his original team, but we don't know that either. We don't know one way or the other. So, but all in all, the point is, you know what I'm saying, even with that kind of shit going on, you could imagine with $1 billion and a fucking career-changing idea and an idea that changed communication for the world after he created this shit. Mm-hmm. I mean, you could even imagine him having a little bit of anxiety, a little depression.
Oh, hell yeah, because, the shit that he got accused of doing, the fact that they said that he was watching a lot of people or, questioning a lot of the security things on there, he would be, kind of horrified himself because he wouldn't know whether or not that shit happened to him. Right. See, when it comes down to, big dogs like that and getting accused for that shit, a lot of them people be worried about themselves.
People forget that, Mark is essentially the first Facebook profile, right? So, whatever they're doing to all of us, they did it.
Happening to him.
Right. So, exactly.
He's caught up in the crossfire, not understanding what the fuck is going on. And it's just, really annoying just to, know that app that millions of people have accounts on, dead and alive. A lot of rogue accounts. A lot of people have multiple accounts, So you can get fucked over more than one way. Especially if you got multiple accounts on the Facebook.
Right.
Because that's attached to your email that's mandatory.
Right.
And once they get into your email, they can see whatever's in your spam. Right. They can see what else is in your email list. Not to mention if you got credit card purchases.
Not to mention if you got an OG Facebook profile where you had to sign up using your college email. They could find out what the fuck was going on with you at school, too.
Right. They could find your school records and eventually find out whatever addresses you lived at.
All that shit.
And then once they figured out that you have
they could figure out what the fuck you learned at school.
Address, they can eventually find out your current address and come and rape you while you sleep.
All right. I wasn't quite prepared for the raping in your sleep part, but that's totally possible. Totally is. And I'd hate to end the show on the raped in your sleep part, but hey, we've come to the conclusion of yet another episode of Urban Nerd Weekly, and once again, we just want to thank you guys for tuning in and nerding out with us every single week, man. We try really hard to come up with great shit to talk about, provide a quality show for you guys, and like we said, make sure you, if you need to find, help someone to talk to, save the pussies in Australia. Fuck Trump, free Britney, and Orlando Brown. Somebody please get this man a bump of cocaine so he could stop exposing.
Just shoot him in the ankle. We just
so he could stop exposing. Matter of fact, where the fuck is Carl Winslow from Family Matters when you fucking need him? All right, I feel because we can't call what's the Big Brother's name on Family Matters and shit.
I don't know. I haven't seen Family
God
Matters.
damn it!
I said this earlier in the show.
Well, we can't call Darius McQuarrie because he's too busy trying not to remind people he used to fuck Superhead. So fuck it. But yeah, so that's all for this week's episode, man. Like I said, thank you guys for tuning in and nerd out. We cannot wait to see/hear or y'all hear us. You know what the fuck I mean. Next week, same bat time, same nerd place. My name is Space. I was here, but now I'm
smell like Marlboros and cocaine.
Don't forget bourbon.
Ah, shit, I forgot it was bourbon.